Hello, my name is Sarah Carter, and I heard about SOAR through a couple of friends who worked there last year. And one day at the Union in like August or September, SOAR was there like passing out flyers, and they passed me a flyer to apply and work there, and that's how I found out about them.
Hi, my name is Jaden, and so I work at SOAR, and the way I heard about SOAR was actually through someone who already worked there my senior year of high school. They told me about SOAR and said you'd do great in it, you'd enjoy it so much, so just from word of mouth and friends who were already working there.
Hi, my name is Riley Axtell. I work at SOAR. SOAR is this awesome after-school care program that's in like the Springdale area. And I heard about working there when I was applying for a lot of different childcare jobs because I knew I wanted to go into childcare.
SOAR is just such an incredible place because we get to just love on kids who come from low-income areas, and we get to provide just a free after-school care program for them and feed them dinner. So it's just been such a sweet ministry to love on kids and go with them through all the hard stuff.
What is so great about SOAR is that it basically just connects the end of the workday for the parents, and so they know their kids are in a place where they're still learning and being taken care of and really being poured into, rather than just being allowed to run rampant, which is what a lot of other after-school cares are like.
Is especially for me going into the education realm, I get to get experience in teaching different lessons and learning how to develop good relationships with students and how to manage behavior and all that. So it's just a lot of experience in working with other leaders as well, where you just kind of get to attain the experience that's you're going to be doing in the classroom in the future.
I've learned that every single kid is just so different, and the way that their minds work are going to be so different, and you have to learn how to accommodate to them.
Learn so much about how to work with kids and learn so much is about the differences in how we grow up and how it affects us, because the way that these kids are growing up is super different from how I grew up. I grew up in a very, not very wealthy, but definitely like higher middle class area, and that's not where these kids are growing up, and you can see the way they're growing up and how it affects their actions and how it affects how they like go about their day-to-day. They just do struggle to like regulate their emotions. Some kids just do have trauma, and you can see that trauma in the way that they're acting, and it's really sad and it's heartbreaking, but it's like what a great opportunity that we get to have to be there and to be consistent for these kids and to be able to like show up for them and give them that consistency that they need, which has been really, really sweet. And so I just learned a lot about that and learned a lot of how to take care of kids and the right things to say and when to put your foot down, when to not, just learning how to work with kids well and how to do a good job at it.
So some things I do to keep them learning and engaged, some things I do with them is I make really relevant situations, so anything that had to do with what they like, what sport they're doing, what they did at school that day, if they went on a field trip, anything that kind of engages them with what they're already interested in is the biggest thing to keep them engaged.
We do a house point system, and we give out house points if the kids are doing something good, or if they're quiet in the hallway, or if they're like answering questions. So that is something that we do to keep them engaged because they really love the house point system. And I think just like inviting them into what you're doing, like when you're reading a book, like have them sit next to you and let them like look at the page that you're reading. I think that helps them engage a lot.
We do have like discovery labs, STEM labs. We have flex time, which is like literally a reading time. We just went through, I'm with third graders most of the time, and we just went through the entire book because of Winn-Dixie. We like would read it to them, ask questions, we'd have them read a little bit, read little bits and pieces of it, comprehensive questions, all those types of things. And so we went through that whole book all semester, which is like, you don't see a lot of after school care programs doing that. And so that is what keeps them learning and what connects like the school day, because that's what they're doing in school. We're just literally doing what they do in school at SOAR.
And my favorite memory at SOAR is a couple weeks ago, I got the opportunity to take some of the kids to this farm called Apple Seeds, where they teach them how to make food and eat healthy. And it started dumping rain, and it was just so fun because we all got to run back to the car and laugh and giggle in the rain. So yeah.
And my favorite memory at SOAR was playing hot potato outside for free time. I think that was definitely really, really fun because the kids are just super goofy. It was with a fourth grader, another fourth grader, a kindergartner. There was about 6 of us, and we were just having really good time. So it was just fun to, we call it SOAR family. Everyone at SOAR is part of the family.
But when I first started with the group that I'm in, he was like, all the boys are playing soccer, and I grew up playing soccer, so I went over and just like hung out with them and played with them, and they were like, wait, you're so good at soccer, this is awesome. And so now Joel, anytime we go outside, he's like, Riley, can you come play soccer with me? And he's learning how to do the rainbow trick with the soccer ball, and I'm helping teach him that, which has been really sweet. And there's just been a lot of really sweet memories, and the kids like do enjoy the consistency of you showing up, and so every time I get there, they're like, Riley, and I'm like, oh my gosh. So it has been super sweet to see just the fruit of my work there, and it just doesn't feel like a job to me, which has been one of the biggest blessings of like, I just love working with kids, and so I go there and I'm like, I can't believe I'm getting paid for this. This is awesome. But yeah, that's all I have to say.